Well, hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining our webinar today, where we'll be checking out menopauses and how yoga can help us with our menopause journey. There's so many benefits yoga has to offer, and I'm really excited to learn from our guest speaker, Fatima Karim-Murji, and how we can use yoga to help navigate symptoms during our menopause journey. My name is Kim Fancher, and I will be your host today. And we here at Positive Health are so honored to be able to bring experts in to share some really great information about many menopause topics like this one that are important to you. So I guess now we're ready to get kicked off, and I am thrilled to introduce Fatima, who has focused her energy and past 5 years on yoga and mindfulness. So thank you so much, Fatima, for being part of our Positive Health webinar series. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here with us today, and just wondering if you could start us off by sharing a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Kim. Fatima Karim-Murji. I am by profession a clinician, so I love bringing the nursing, the wellness, the well-being component to yoga and to menopause. Going through it myself and practicing yoga has been phenomenal. I'm a registered nurse working for a healthcare company and a yoga teacher where I teach in the community that I live in, McKinney, Texas, if anybody's around and wants to take a class, and have my own yoga business, Asana with Fatima, where I bring yoga to people in their workplace. So that's me in a little bit of a nutshell. So put away your cell phones, turn off your Instagram messages, shut down your emails, and listen up. This session is for you. Thank you for showing up for you, for your health, for taking care of you. As women, we often put ourselves on the back burner. We ignore our bodies, we just think it's going to pass, and we keep moving. And I'm here to tell you that I see you. I see each and every one of you. I see your names, I recognize some of them, so happy to see you. But I see you. And I'm so happy that you have chosen to attend this session today. And for those of you who are listening to the recording, I'm so glad that you clicked on our recording to learn a little bit more about yoga. Our agenda for today is we're going to talk about what is yoga, how does it help with menopause, what types of yoga is there out there for menopause specifically, and then choosing the right practice for you. Because this is all about you. That's right, boo. I'm talking to you. And yes, of course, we're going to practice throughout the session as well as at the end. So what is yoga? The menopause journey is a natural stage in a woman's life. 100% of us, 99.99999, are probably going to go through menopause at some point in our life. So at some point in our life, we're going to go through menopause, and that can bring a variety of emotional and physical changes. I'm sure many of you can relate to some of those changes: hot flashes, mood swings, sleepless nights, reduction in bone density. These are just a few of the symptoms that women may experience during this time. While hormone replacement therapy is a common treatment option, many women seek other options, other non-hormonal approaches to manage their symptoms. The integrative health practitioners are paying significant attention to the practice of yoga, especially for women that are going through menopause. What is yoga? Yoga is a holistic exercise focusing on the mind, the body, and the spirit. The practice of yoga includes really 4 components: asana, which is poses, physical poses; pranayama, which is breathing exercises; dhyana, which is meditation; and then my favorite, shavasana. Researchers have turned their attention to study the effects of yoga, specifically in the menopause symptoms. The National Center of Complementary and Integrative Health has recognized that yoga can reduce and assist with managing menopause symptoms. It's been found to have numerous health benefits, including improving your flexibility, reducing your stress, enhancing overall well-being. Incorporating a regular yoga practice into your routine can provide numerous benefits for both your emotional health and your physical health, bringing it together in total health. And I repeat, a regular yoga practice, like any other type of exercise, maybe you're a runner, maybe you like to get on your bike, maybe you often walk, but a regular practice can provide numerous benefits for both your emotional and your physical well-being during this menopause journey and beyond. So let's talk about how yoga can embrace our body, how we can embrace our body through yoga. One of the beautiful aspects of yoga is the ability to help you embrace your body naturally during this phase and beyond. I encourage you to embrace your body and the menopause journey through yoga. For example, body awareness. Yoga encourages you to develop a deep sense of body awareness. You become more attuned with your body through asanas, poses, and mindfulness, movement, and learning to appreciate your strengths and your limitations. Switch that negative thought into a positive one. Make that connection with your feet, your hands, your shoulders, your legs. A non-competitive environment. Yoga has a reputation to be competitive, but what I want to say that it's not about comparing yourself to your past, when the days where you can touch your feet and you can bend and do the splits, and others, and striving to be like other people. Yoga is really what you bring to your mat. It is that personal practice that focuses on self-improvement and self-acceptance. In a yoga class, you're encouraged to honor your own bodies and to practice within your own space. Self-care and mindfulness. Yoga teaches you to prioritize self-care and listen to your body's needs. By practicing that self-compassion and mindfulness, you can develop a healthier relationship with your body, especially when going through that emotional ups and downs, that physical changes during this menopause journey. And lastly, strength and flexibility. Regular yoga practice can improve your strength, your flexibility, allowing you to appreciate what your body is capable of doing. Not what it used to do back in the day, but embracing the progress and the growth in your practice that can foster that positive body image. So let's do an exercise. It's a quick activity. Sit up nice and straight in your chair. Set your feet on the ground. If you're sitting down, no problem. Crisscross is fine. Set your hands on your knees, palms facing downwards. Make that connection with your feet, whether you have shoes on or not. Make that connection with the ground. Make that connection with your hands, your palms facing downwards to your knees. Just take a moment and bring your awareness there. You can take your gaze downwards or close your eyes and listen to my voice. Take a big breath in through your nose. Follow that breath all the way down to your belly button. Stick your belly button out. And then open your mouth. Sigh that breath out. Flip your palms upwards now, keeping your hands on your knees. Connect your thumb and your pointer finger. Palms can be upwards. Make that connection with your thumb and your pointer finger. Tune into the pulse in your thumb. Can you feel your pulse thumping? Can you feel that beat going into your pointer finger? Take another big breath in through your nose. Relax your shoulders, stick your belly button out, open your mouth and sigh it all out. Say the word ha. Let your shoulders go. Feel that pulse. Take one more big breath. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Now take your thumb and follow your thumb through every tip of every finger. So your thumb and your pointer finger, thumb and your middle finger, thumb and your ring finger, thumb and your baby finger, your pinky finger. And then go back. Thumb, pinky, ring, middle, pointer. Keep going. Body awareness. Non-competitive environment, self-care, and mindfulness, strength and flexibility. Keep those in mind. All right, relax your shoulders, let your arms go. Let's keep going. So how does yoga help with menopause? First, let's talk about some of those symptoms. I'd like to hear from the audience. What are some of the symptoms that you're having? Let's flip to the next slide. I'm going to post the emotional symptoms and the physical symptoms. And then let's see if anybody in our audience wants to share something we may have missed. Anybody? We have a quiet bunch. I don't believe it.
This is Hina. I'm actually dealing with perimenopausal symptoms. So some of these have already begun, but not as extreme. It's just, I think, still in the very beginning stages.
Yeah.
So for me, definitely the mood swings.
Yes.
Irritability was always there because of life.
Yep.
But like hot flashes, like they come and go, just depending. So those are the ones I know I'm dealing with right now.
Thank you so much for sharing, Hina. Thank you. Yeah, anybody else? You can take yourself off mute or you can plop it on the chat, in the chat box.
This is Maria. Thank
Hi,
you,
Maria.
Fatima. I have to say, I was just doing your exercise, but while I was sitting and just coming into my own, I forgot to breathe. Thank you for saying that we could breathe. I am post menopause, but I'm still having some symptoms. And one of the things that I'm hoping to accomplish and learn from you today is how I can relax my body so that I can help kind of cool off my system if that is even possible. Because I think there is a myth that, menopause ends, but for those of you who haven't gotten there yet, I still have a little bit left over, and those are not the type of leftovers that I like to have.
Absolutely. Thank you, Maria. I've noted it down and I will weave that information throughout some of those next slides. All right. Kim, let's move to the next slide. Thanks for sharing, ladies. It's always nice to hear what our audience is going through, and some of you may be going through some of these things. What wasn't on our list was leaky bladder. The pelvic floor is starting to take it easy. So that's something that yoga has started to really help with women who are going through perimenopause or menopause. So let's take a look at the emotional well-being. During the perimenopause and menopause phase, hormones fluctuate, right? And lead to mood swings, irritability, increased anxiety, depression. At one moment, you could feel completely in control, and the next moment you're in tears because you're watching a commercial. And then the next moment you're having technical issues and you just want to throw out your computer, right? That is exactly what what my typical day looks like nowadays. And so yoga can offer that holistic approach and emotional wellness by way of relaxation. Maria talked about relaxing my body and cooling off my system. Hydration would be my number one recommendation. And then my second recommendation would be breathing, that pranayama, that connecting our fingers, tips, focusing on one point in our body, shifting our energy, breathing in, holding it, breathing out. It sounds very simple, folks. I'm not going to tell you that, it's really hard, but it is hard because we're on a go, go, go mission, right? That's our lives these days. So just breathing, slowing down, bringing that cultivated sense of inner calm and peace is what's key here. Regular practice is another thing you'll hear me say throughout every slide. A regular practice has also been shown to help balance hormones, reduce symptoms of depression, and improve all emotional well-being. You can help yourself reconnect with your body and develop that greater sense of awareness, that greater sense of self-acceptance, that greater sense of self-love. Increasing that, in turn, increases your self-esteem. Yoga can help you embrace the changes that are coming with perimenopause and menopause. And research has been found that practicing yoga regularly improves that overall quality of life. Now, it increases that self-esteem, improves that positive outlook, but also changes and shifts your perspective on aging. I'm going to keep going here. So let's talk about physical benefits of yoga. Let's go to the next slide. Menopause often brings those physical symptoms, right? Hot flashes, night sweats. We talked about them a little bit in the earlier slide, but engaging in some sort of regular yoga practice. And I say yoga, I'm not talking about running. I'm not talking about physical exercise. I'm really focusing on just the yoga practice of breathing, of asana, of pranayama, of dhyana, meditation, of shavasana. You need that down moment to be able to pick yourself back up. Hot flashes, they are characterized by that sudden wave of heat and sweating, right? It's the most common symptom. Most people think, oh, you're in menopause, you're definitely going to have those hot flashes. Some people never have hot flashes, and then some do. This calming and relaxing nature of yoga, combined with the deep breathing techniques, helps regulate the body temperature and promotes that sense of calmness. With yoga poses and asana, it increases that flexibility and strength muscle to improve balance. So we think about losing bone density. Losing that bone density can cause osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is that brittle and breakage of your bones. Even something like leaning forward, coughing can cause that break and that brittleness. So osteoporosis-related breaks are most common in the hips, the wrists, and the spine. And guess what? When you practice yoga, you're opening up, you're flexing, you're improving the flexibility and the strength of your hips, your spine, and your wrists. With weight-bearing yoga postures, such as the standing poses or inversions where your head is below your heart, and I'll show you some examples in a couple of slides here. All of those types of poses are strengthening your bones, improving your overall bone, muscle, and circulation. There's much evidence that shows regular yoga practice can increase that bone density and reduce the risk of fractures. Yoga also strengthens that weakened pelvic floor. Remember I was talking about leaky bladder, or when you sneeze and all of a sudden you have a little accident? I know that this is common, and sometimes it happens in perimenopause and sometimes it happens after childbirth, right? But even that yoga practice, strengthening that pelvic wall, helps relax that muscle tightness in the hips and tightens the lower abs and the stabilizing factors. So stability, postures, balance. Insomnia and sleep disturbances. These are common complaints amongst women going through menopause and perimenopause. Incorporating that yoga practice can help in your sleep quality. It won't fix it. We're not here to tell you what's going to fix, but it's going to alleviate some of those symptoms. Furthermore, yoga can help regulate the endocrine system, which is really responsible for the hormone production. Certain poses, like inversions, where your head is below your heart, can stimulate the thyroid gland, plays a crucial role in regulating your metabolism, maintaining your energy level. That movement, that endurance also helps with that weight management and that hormone production. So a combination of physical movement, relaxation techniques, mindfulness in yoga helps calm the mind, promote better sleep, reduce fatigue, and overall enhances your vitality. We're going to take a big breath here. So you can consult with your healthcare provider if you need to about your health. You can also consult with a wellness coach or wellness consultant to help you find the type of right yoga. But we're going to talk a little bit about that in a couple of seconds. Exercise, like any other exercise regime, including yoga, we want to ensure that you're safe and it's appropriate for your individual needs. So we're going to take a deep breath here. Take a big breath in through your nose. Fill your belly button up. Hold the breath. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Relax your shoulders. Tilt your head up to the sky. Tilt your head down. Tilt your head to the right. Tilt your head to the center and then to the left. Take one more breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Come back to the slide. There are 3 types of yoga practices that I would recommend: Ashtanga, Vinyasa, and restorative. This is my professional and personal recommendation, but by all means, try whatever type of yoga style that fits for you and your body type. Ashtanga yoga. This is a dynamic and physical demanding practice that follows a specific sequence posture. So it's really focusing on synchronizing your breath with your movement and building strength and flexibility. By practicing Ashtanga yoga, you can improve that overall fitness level. So if you're looking for endurance, if you're looking for wellness, if you're looking for strength, that's Ashtanga. Ashtanga can be done in a hot or a Bikram type yoga setting, depending on your menopause or your perimenopausal phase. I would say some people like the heat, some people don't. All right, so allowing for more creativity and freedom, Vinyasa flow versus Ashtanga. Vinyasa flow is more of a dance. It's sort of a dynamic and fluid practice that really emphasizes on the flow and the movement from one posture to another, and breathing with breath work. Inhale, lengthen your arms. Exhale, bring your hands out to a T. So those are the types of cues that you'll see, and we're going to do that today in Vinyasa flow. You can practice the same 5 movements in Ashtanga, and then in Vinyasa it'll look totally different, but there's more creativity and movement and freedom. Practicing Vinyasa flow can enhance your body awareness and improve the ability of moving gracefully and effectively and efficiently through every day. Let's go to restorative, one of my favorites. So restorative is a gentle and relaxing practice that focuses on deepening, relaxation, and rejuvenation. So it involves holding supported poses for an extended period of time, allowing the body and the mind to unwind and release tension. It can also help with the activation of your activities of your daily living. So that requires some rest and restoration and recovery. So say you're a runner and you like to run, but you're just now finding that you're getting joint pain and hip pain. Restorative practice is excellent because it allows your body to lengthen and strengthen in those muscle areas. This type of yoga can be particularly benefit for women on this menopause journey, as for helping to reduce the stress and anxiety, improve sleep quality, and your hormonal fluctuations. Incorporating restorative yoga into your routine can reduce that fatigue and that brain fog. We didn't talk about brain fog, but this type of yoga really focuses on that fatigue and enhancing your overall well-being. All right, so let's talk about choosing the right practice for you. It's really simple. You can go into a yoga studio. Next slide, please. You can go to the gym or a fitness center, a community center. There's an online platform available. YouTube has many videos. You can hire a private yoga teacher. Many certified yoga instructors also do private lessons. If you're thinking that you don't want to be in a studio, you don't want to be with other people, you really just want that calmness to be within you. Choosing a yoga practice that's best for you is really key here. It is about customizing and finding. Try different studios. Many studios give your first class free, and you can test them out. Best time and place to practice yoga. You're asking a yogi, anytime, any place. While many people think that yoga is about doing a separate activity or putting on your tight yoga pants and going into a studio, it's really about being dedicated to your space and to yourself. It's a seamless integration into your daily life. And today we're going to talk about some of these menopause poses. You can go anytime, in the morning, in the evening. You can do yoga at your desk or during lunchtime. It's really finding a quiet space. You can do a bedtime yoga routine. The tools that I'm going to show you and I'm going to send with you are really ones that you can do anywhere. When we talk about education and workshops, many yoga studios and wellness centers offer regular workshops and events that can keep you engaged, even in the workspace. Many professionals are here taking their lunch hour with us. These are workshops that can help you in your place of work. So one of the things that Asana with Fatima does is we work with employer groups to bring yoga and mindfulness sessions to the workplace. So let's talk about menopause poses, Meno-Poses for menopause. I want you to just think about these as an overall. There are many poses. These are your basics. This is the foundation I want you to take with you. We talked about, I know one of our guests said, how do we relax the body, cool off the mind? How do we deal with some of these symptoms that we have? The first pose is child's pose. Taking your big toes together, bringing your knees out nice and wide, folding forward. You can take a pillow, a block. I'll show you when we go out to the mat on some props that you can use. Cat-cow, very simple. Tucking in your belly, tucking in your chin, opening up your chest, lifting your head. This is also good for pelvic floor. I see a question for pelvic floor. This is also a very good exercise. Forward fold is the next one after cat-cow. Bringing yourself forward. Some people think you have to touch the ground. No, you don't. You don't need to touch the ground. You just need to fold forward. Bring your head, your forehead to your knees. That's where you want your forehead to point, towards your knees. You can grab onto your opposite elbows and let gravity do the work. When we talk about coming down to the floor, that pelvic lift, that piece where you lift up your hips, also good for pelvic floor, for mindfulness. Remember, bringing that relaxation to the body and cooling it down is about breathing. It's not about getting the pose perfect. It's about breathing through the pose, lifting and breathing, releasing and exhaling. Sitting forward fold, so reaching. It's not about reaching your toes. It's about leaning forward, leaning with your heart. Opening up your legs into butterfly pose, connecting the soles of your feet together, bringing your knees out nice and wide. You can tuck some blocks to the side. You can take your feet further away from your pelvis. These are all good for that midsection area. Legs up the wall, one of my favorite. This is something that you can do. You can do this while watching TV. You can do this Before going to bed, some people have a headboard. You can put your legs up the headboard. It's that simple. It's about integrating these poses into your lifestyle. And then lastly, Shavasana. The picture on the bottom is a supported Shavasana. This individual has a towel or blanket rolled up underneath her neck. She may have her knees up on a bolster or a pillow. It's about thinking about how to integrate these Meno-Poses for menopause. All right, let's keep moving along. Who's ready to do a little bit of a practice? Yes, let's do some practicing. I'm going to go to my mat, pull my screen down so you can see my chair. This is more of a chair yoga practice. We wanted to make sure that everybody can do this. So most of us are sitting in a chair, maybe at your desk. Take a big breath here. Set your feet down onto your mat or your floor. You can keep your shoes on or off. It's totally up to you. Bring your hands to your knees. Roll your shoulders up into your ears. Send them back and relax them. Beautiful. Close your eyes. Take a moment. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Mind, body, and soul. Take your elbows and tuck your elbows into your side of your body. Relax your shoulders. Big breath here. Inhale through your nose. Fill that belly up. Open your mouth and exhale through your mouth. We're going to do a 5-count breath. How do you quiet your mind? Inhaling for 5 count, hold for 5 count, exhale for 5 count, and then hold again for 5 count. It's called box breathing. Here we go. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. Stick the belly button out. Relax your shoulders. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, sigh it all out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And relax. Good job. Inhale through your nose. Follow that breath all the way down to your belly button. Seal your lips this time. Exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose. Seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. All right, you can open your eyes or follow my voice. Inhale, bring your hands up over your head, reach up high, look up. Squeeze your palms together, exhale through your nose. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, hands up over your head, reach up high, bring your palms together. Press your palms in, exhale through your nose, send your hands to your heart. Last time, we're adding on here. Inhale, bring your hands up over your head, look up. Press your palms together. This time, bring your left hand to your right knee. I'm going to mirror you. Bring your right hand behind your chair. Maybe you take a hold of your chair. Twist. Now we're not twisting our hips. We're putting our left hand on our right knee, sitting up nice and straight. And then twist. Take your gaze to the back of your right shoulder. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your hands back to center. Untwist. Hands up over your head. Exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee. Send your left hand behind you. Lift and lengthen, and then twist. You can always use that arm on the knee, the hand on the knee, to increase your twist. Breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. Breathe into your belly button. Inhale, come on back to center. Bring your hands up over your head. This time, lean forward towards me, towards your computer. Send your hands out, hover your hands. Inhale, exhale, lean forward. Push down on your sits bones. Inhale, exhale, lean forward. Press down onto your feet. Inhale, exhale, release your hands down. Now your hands can be on your mat or your floor. They can be by your feet. You can set them on your shins. Let your head go. Your forehead is pointing towards your knees. Notice the sensation down your spinal cord. Notice your hips. Are they tight? Let it go. Melt into your knees. 3 breaths. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, rise up. Bring your hands up over your head, palms together. This time, bend in your elbows. Open up your elbows. Lift your chin and chest. Look up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Send your elbows back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Lift and lengthen. Show me your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Bring your hands up over your head. Exhale, release your right hand down. Lift with your left hand and then lean over. Now, if you have blocks at home, or a shoebox would even work, you can set your hand on a block. Now, I know you probably didn't come to this webinar with blocks, but if you go back to the recording, or if you use some of the take-home newsletter, you can use the props accordingly. Inhale, rise up. Set your hand into your left, set your block or set your hand to the left. Release your left hand down. Reach with your right hand and then lean over to the left. Use your block, a box, a book, a table, whatever it is that you have hanging around. Take your gaze upwards to the sky. Inhale, rise up. Bring your hands up over your head. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful job. Taking your right knee, cross your right foot onto your left knee. Right foot onto your left knee. Set your hands onto your knee and your foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lead with your chin. Fold forward. Notice the sensation in your hips here. You can let your head go. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Side to side. Inhale, rise up. Wrap your hands around your knee, the bottom side of your knee and your foot. Lift it up. Bring it closer to you. Maybe you bring it all the way up. Notice your hips here. Maybe you go from side to side. Breathe. Release your foot. Uncross your right leg, set it down. Take your left leg, left foot onto your right knee. Right knee bent. Push your knee away from you. Inhale, lengthen, sit up nice and straight. Exhale, lead with your heart, fold forward. You can let your head go. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Side to side. Inhale, rise up. Wrap your hands around the bottom part of your leg. Now, if you just lift up, that is enough. You can go from side to side. That is enough. If you can bring it all the way up, that's enough. You do you, because this is about you. Relax your leg. Uncross your foot, set it down. Sit back into your chair. Inhale, lengthen, bring your hands up over your head. Straighten out your legs, point and flex your toes. Exhale, fold forward. Now you don't have to go to your feet. You can go to your shins, point and flex your toes, make some circles one way and another. Nice and slow. Release your feet down to your mat. Slide yourself forward on your chair. Step your legs out. Inhale, lengthen, bring your hands up over your head. Exhale, fold forward. Fold as much as you can. Maybe your hands go to your shins. Let your head go. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Take your left hand onto your right shin, ankle, whatever, maybe it's your knee, and send your right hand up high to the sky. Now notice if you're leaning over, come back to the right hip. Doesn't have to be far. Release that right hand onto your left leg. Make that crisscross in the front. Bow forward. Inhale, rise. Take that left hand. Send your left hand up high to the sky. Release your left hand onto your right ankle, your right shin. Fold forward. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, spine by spine, start to sit up nice and straight. Bring your hands up over your head. Palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it all out. Such an honor and a pleasure to guide you through that chair yoga practice. I'm going to come back, sit with you. Wonderful. All right. That was fun. Thanks for participating, everybody. All right. I have a chair yoga you can do anywhere handout for you to take home with you, basically everything that we just did. The next slide, I really want to finish our session today here by saying that taking a mindful break is taking care of yourself. Wherever it is, maybe you're at a game, maybe you're out walking the dog, maybe you're cooking, whatever it is. We did box breathing today, balancing those hot flashes, inhaling for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. Don't forget to hold that 5 seconds and then repeat it 5 times. Slow your heart rate, relax yourself, rest, close your eyes and bring your attention inward. Empower. Think of 5 qualities that you have to remind yourself of your power. Awareness. Notice your surroundings. Observe what you see, what you smell, what you hear, what you taste. Slow it down. Kindness. Be kind and gracious to yourself and to others. And lastly, my favorite, smile for 60 seconds. It uplifts your mood and it returns a smile. My name's Fatima. Thanks for practicing with me. Asana and yoga, asana with Fatima and with, of course, positive health. Thanks, Kim. I'll send it back to you and take any questions if we have some time. Yes, and namaste to all of you.
Yes, thank you very much. That was awesome, and really liked how you helped us understand how, yoga can, I think you had it written up on one of your slides, promote a positive outlook on aging. So that is so important to all of us, I'm sure.
Yes.
Let's see if we have any questions out in the chat. And how often or how long per session is needed to really get the benefits?
Yeah, so most people practice an hour and a half sometimes. It really depends on where you're at. If you're just starting off, what I gave you, what we did, the 15 minutes, is ample. It's enough to get you started. And then you'll start to get really good at those 15 minutes. Then you keep going. Then you try 30 minutes. Then you keep going. And next thing you know, you want to do it all the time because the benefits are really helpful. But typically, the American Heart Association says that to see any benefit of any type of exercise is 22 minutes a day. I don't know how they went down to 22 minutes a day, but I would recommend as a yoga instructor and a clinician that at minimum do that 15-minute stretch, whether it's in the morning. And when I say the stretch, I mean all of the yoga, all 4 components of that yoga practice that I talked about. The asana, the poses, the shavasana at the end. Many people chintz out on the shavasana, that restorative piece at the end. The pranayama, the breath work, and then the mindfulness, the dhyana. So having those 4 components, think about that. That's the difference between stretching, I'm going to just stretch, and yoga. It's about breathing, it's about slowing down, it's about moving, and then it's about resting or recovery.
Right. Yeah,
And
and
most yoga
be very
classes,
intentional too, right?
yes, it's very intentional. Most yoga classes are an hour, 50 minutes, minimum, and it touches on a warm up, that mindfulness and centering, the poses, the breathing, and then the shavasana.
Very good. Now, I know you provided one of the poses to help with pelvic floor or to help tighten that. Are there any others that we can look at and consider?
Yes. So in the poses that we have, and I'll maybe demonstrate that, the poses that I had gone through, but also the poses that are anything that is opening up the hips. Open up the hips, tighten the abs. Okay, that's what we really want, is to open up the hips and tighten the abs. So we did the seated figure 4 pose. You can do that standing. Take it further because you're working on balance. Clearly I have no balance yet this morning. Taking it all the way down. These are more, I would say, advanced or intense. Not really advanced, just intense poses. Anything that opens up the hip. I'll show you one. The bridge pose. You can always use a block. I didn't cue these, but these are props that you can find. Amazon has great stuff. TJ Maxx, Home Goods, they all have that. When opening up the pelvis floor, can you see me? Yes? Okay. Taking your block, a bolster, lifting your hips up, straight up. Keep your knees in line with your hips. Tuck that block underneath you and relax it. This is your bridge pose. And then in the picture, I had bridge pose with butterfly legs, bringing your knees out, connecting the soles of your feet. This is opening up your hips and supporting your lower back so that you're tightening your internals, your abdominal muscles. Bringing your knees back together, lifting in your hips, and then try lifting your hips. You can try marching. It's a little bit of a balance. These are all things that tighten the pelvic floor. Remember when I don't know if women can relate to this, but when we had children, the doctor said, oh yeah, to tighten your uterus, you can just do pelvic floors, the whole pumping and thrusting. That's really good, but it doesn't release the hip strain that you have. It tightens the middle, but doesn't. It's all a unit here. That's what I would recommend. Pelvic floor tilts, I like to call it bridge pose, and supportive bridge pose.
That totally makes sense. Thank you.
Yes.
What about yoga nidra?
Oh, yes. Yoga Nidra and restorative yoga are very close in a sense that Yoga Nidra is about holding the poses a little bit longer, but with intention of reading passages for self-growth and self-health. Beautiful. So the three that I spoke about are like the foundational types of yoga. Ashtanga is typically cupped with goat yoga. Like you just add something to it, right? Vinyasa yoga is usually cupped with slow flow, or Ashtanga is cupped with heat, actually, with hot yoga, not just animal yoga or puppy yoga, but usually Ashtanga is with, or slow flow is with an animal, and can be nowadays, but it's just coupling with. So Yoga Nidra is with restorative.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
The only other question I have is related to like chronic conditions, how yoga can help with any chronic conditions that we kind of see throughout the menopause journey, outside,
Yes.
I guess, of osteoporosis.
Yes, joint pain. Yes, definitely. Yes, I mean, as you name it, asthma, hypertension, hyperlipidemia. I mean, it's really balancing that mind and body and allowing that flexibility. So even if you have a physical challenge, say with your knees, your hips, with your hands, lifting, typically the full sun salutation has a sort of a plank, a push-up component to it. That's being able to support your own body strength, your own body mass. And so absolutely, yoga is available to those who have chronic conditions. And when I say chronic conditions like hypertension, hyperlipidemia, asthma, those are ones that I'm familiar with, that I've seen research around. But like any type of exercise, there are benefits throughout your body, whether you have this perfect physique, but it can also help in perimenopause and in menopause. Any particular poses to help with ADHD and menopause, or perimenopause in my case? So yeah, I think the ones that we have in my slide deck, the handful, they kind of cover the whole caveat of it. When we talk about ADHD, I would say that breath work is really important, and it's called nostril breathing. And you inhale from the right nostril, cover the left nostril, inhale, and then cover the right nostril, exhale through the left. And it doesn't matter. I wouldn't get caught up on which nostril to start from, because it's really called nostril breathing. And so it's inhaling through one nostril or inhaling through both nostrils. Start with both, cover one nostril, hold it, and then exhale. And then you're inhaling through that same nostril, hold it, uncover, and exhale. So we can try it right now. Take a big breath in through your nose. Follow that breath all the way down to your belly button. Cover your left nostril. Exhale through the right. Cover the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. So that nostril breathing can also help with focusing energy and breath work, with noticing the breath work as well as the focusing on that.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love all the different breathing techniques.
Yes. I mean, we did the ha breath where we inhaled through the nose, held it, follow that breath. Most of the time we're breathing up here. we really need to bring that breath down to our belly. It's called belly breathing for a reason. And most people think that when you inhale, your belly button should go in. It actually should go out. You're feeling your breath going all the way into your belly. And then when you exhale, you tuck your belly in and sigh it all out. We did the ha breath. The other breath is the ujjayi breath, where we sealed our lips. Inhale through the nose. Follow that breath all the way down to the belly. Seal your lips. Exhale through the nose. When you hold the breath, that allows you to swoosh that breath intentionally. Think about swirling that breath in the back of your throat and then exhaling. So we talked about 3 breath works. There are many. There are many, but those are the basic 3, the main 3. This is, again, a start to a great beginning, right? Part of the problem is just getting there, finding the time, getting there and making the time for yourself.
Okay, very good. Well, Fatima, I think we have used up all of our time here for today, and just want to thank you so much for this great presentation. So many wonderful points that you have provided us today, and lots of things to practice.
Yes. So thank you for your time and thank you for the opportunity. I'm honored and blessed to be a part of this journey. And namaste to all of you. I'll pass it back to you, Kim. I know you've got some announcements.
Yeah, we here at Positive Health, we like to leverage the power of webinars and podcasts to help spread the word on some really great topics related to menopause. So we do have some events coming up I want to share with everybody. Next week, we have our mindfulness mentor, Skylar Grissel, coming back and talking about nurturing self-compassion. So be sure to go out and enroll in that event. And then in the month of October, we have an amazing 4-part webinar series with Cheryl Jones, who's going to be talking about mindfulness and menopause. So she's got a little different focus for each of the weeks coming up, October 10th, 17th, 23rd, and 31st. You can go out to our positivehealth.com/webinar site to enroll in all of these. Also, upcoming podcasts in October, we will be releasing one on herbal medicine, and Kay will be here to talk about how herbal medicine can help, how it can be used to address menopause symptoms. So you can go out to our positivehealth.com/podcast site to look at this and all the other podcast episodes in the series. Or you can go out to your favorite spot, whether it's Amazon, Apple, Spotify, or iHeartRadio, to listen in. So be sure to join in on that. And we do have recordings of all of our webinars posted out on our positivehealth.com/webinar site. So if there's one that you're interested, you can go out and look at all the different topics we've done this year. And we will also be releasing this special Meno-Poses for menopause webinar here shortly in the next couple of days. So you can go back out there and view that on demand. And again, that's at positivehealth.com/webinars. And also, I want to mention, if you want to become a member of Positive Health with our program, we have a pilot program that offers holistic one-stop digital health experience, and it's free until December 31st. So come on out to our positivehealth.com/membership site and check out all the different things you can get with this program and enroll, or pass it on to a friend who you think may benefit from it. And then also we have a community we love to invite you to join in on. So you can let us know by emailing us at info@positivehealth.com. We'll get you some information to get you started, but it's a great place to, join up with other people who are having possibly the same experiences you are, or, listen in and see what other new resources are out there available to you that might help you or someone else you know. So with that, big thank you again, Fatima, to you, and also to everybody who joined us today. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.